chosen one, in a world that constantly demands you to speak, to explain, to justify, and to prove yourself. Allah is giving you a clear instruction. Hold your tongue. This is not the time to talk. The universe is not ready for your full light yet, and every word spoken too soon can scatter the blessings He is preparing specifically for you. Your silence is not weakness, it is strength. Your restraint is not hesitation, it is wisdom. Every moment you stay quiet, every word you withhold is a seed planted in the unseen, a step closer to the destiny Allah has ordained for you. The world may question your silence, may doubt your intentions, and may try to pull you into conflict, but know this: your quiet is a shield, your patience is a weapon, and your obedience to Allah's timing is what will set you apart. Stay with me, chosen one, because what you are about to learn will awaken the power of restraint, the blessing of patience, and the profound impact of holding your tongue at the right time. Chosen one, understand this with every fiber of your being. The energy Allah has placed within you is sacred, unique, and unmatched, and it is far too powerful to be scattered carelessly through words spoken at the wrong time. Every syllable carries weight, and every conversation has the potential to either preserve or dissipate the spiritual force that Allah is cultivating within you, which is why He instructs you to hold your tongue, to restrain yourself, and to remain quietly observant while the world rages around you, unaware of the destiny being woven behind the scenes. Silence is not passivity, it is protection, a divine shield that safeguards your clarity, your focus, and your divine mission, allowing your energy to accumulate and amplify in ways unseen and unimaginable to anyone else. And while others waste their breath in arguments, gossip, and distractions, you are silently being aligned with blessings, opportunities, and spiritual revelations that will one day manifest in ways so powerful that the world will finally witness the magnitude of what Allah has been preparing for you all along. Yet in this moment, your restraint is tested, your patience is refined, and your obedience is measured, because the chosen ones are not defined by the noise they make or the arguments they win, but by the invisible strength they carry, the peace they radiate even in chaos, in the unwavering trust they place in Allah's plan. Knowing that the right words at the wrong time can destroy years of preparation, while the right silence at the perfect moment can unleash miracles that will leave generations in awe. Your energy, chosen one, is too precious to scatter, too potent to waste, and too sacred to be misused. And Allah's command to remain quiet is His way of telling you that what is within you is not meant for the ignorant, the unready, or the impatient. It is meant for the appointed time, the divinely orchestrated moment, when every stored seed of power, every ounce of patience, and every silent prayer will converge into a manifestation so profound that no one will doubt the hand of Allah guiding your path. And until that moment comes, your silence is your sanctuary, your strength, and your ultimate protection. Chosen one, understand that nothing in your life happens by accident, and every moment, every pause, every delay is divinely orchestrated by Allah, whose wisdom surpasses all human comprehension. For there is a time to speak and a time to remain silent, a time to act and a time to wait. And the chosen ones are those who recognize that patience in the unseen is the cornerstone of divine success. Every plan you hold, every dream you nurture, and every intention in your heart has its appointed hour. And speaking too soon, revealing too much, or asserting yourself before the time Allah has determined can unravel what has been meticulously prepared behind the veil. While silence allows unseen forces, angels, and divine arrangements to align in ways that no human eye can perceive. The world pressures you to hurry, to explain, to justify, and to prove your worth. But the truly chosen walk a different path, a path where restraint is a weapon, patience is power, And trust in Allah's timing is the ultimate strategy, because the right word at the wrong moment can destroy what years of preparation have built, while the right silence at the perfect time can unleash blessings, open doors, and shift destinies beyond imagination. Every delay you experience is a mercy. Every moment of waiting is a protection, and every pause in speech is an investment in the monumental impact you are destined to make. And though impatience may whisper that you are forgotten, that your efforts are wasted, that your prayers are unheard, the chosen ones know that Allah's timing is flawless, that He sees every hidden struggle, and that what is delayed is never denied. For behind every unseen moment is a preparation for a revelation so grand that the world will have no choice but to recognize the hand of Allah guiding your life. And so you remain quiet, steadfast, and unwavering, knowing that silence is not emptiness, waiting is not inaction, impatience is not resignation, but rather a profound act of trust, surrender, and alignment with the divine order. Because timing, chosen one, is the invisible architect of miracles, the secret behind every success, and the proof that Allah's plan is always far greater than human imagination. And in this waiting, your destiny is silently, meticulously, and gloriously being perfected. Chosen one, never underestimate the profound strength that comes from watching, listening, and understanding before speaking, because Allah has gifted you with insight that the world often overlooks. And this insight is sharpened not by noise, not by arguments, and not by trying to assert yourself, but by patience, attentiveness, and the silent study of the people, circumstances, and energies around you. Every glance you notice, every subtle word you hear, and every hidden motive you perceive is a thread in the intricate tapestry Allah is weaving for your life. And by observing with intention, you begin to see the truth behind appearances, the reality beneath deception, and the paths that others cannot discern. For the chosen ones are never rushed, never reactive, and never distracted by superficial chaos. But instead, they cultivate a clarity that only comes when one refuses to speak prematurely and instead allows Allah's wisdom to illuminate their vision. While others are caught in the whirlwind of opinions, gossip, and rash reactions, your quiet vigilance transforms into knowledge, strategy, and divine guidance, allowing you to navigate life with precision, avoid traps set by envy or ignorance, and recognize opportunities that only the patient observer can seize and understand this. Chosen one, every moment you remain silent, your understanding deepens, your intuition strengthens, and your ability to discern truth from falsehood becomes unparalleled. For Allah has designed the world in layers. What most see is surface, but what the chosen ones perceive in silence is essence, reality, and destiny itself. And through this divine observation, you learn to act at the perfect moment, speak with intention, and influence outcomes not by force, not by haste, but by the quiet mastery of knowing exactly when and how Allah wants you to move. Because your eyes, ears, and heart become the instruments of His will, your understanding becomes a weapon that cannot be countered, and your patience in remaining unseen and unheard is the very force that positions you to fulfill the extraordinary purpose Allah has chosen only for you. And the world may never understand the depth of your perception, but Allah sees it all, rewards it all, and will one day unveil to you the magnitude of what your quiet vigilance has achieved. Chosen one, understand this truth with the depth of your soul. Every word that passes through your lips carries immense weight, more than you may ever realize. And Allah has placed within you a responsibility so sacred that speaking without purpose, without divine guidance, or without perfect timing could unravel blessings, sow confusion, or even create consequences that ripple far beyond your imagination. For the chosen ones are not measured by how much they speak, but by the profound power of what they do speak, and the restraint of their silence becomes a testament to their obedience, wisdom, and spiritual alignment. And know this: the tongue is not just an organ of communication, it is a sacred instrument capable of healing, blessing, guiding, and inspiring. Yet it is equally capable of harming, corrupting, and destroying if used recklessly, which is why Allah instructs His chosen servants to hold their tongues when the time is not right, to weigh every word, and to allow patience to govern speech, because words released without the perfect timing of Allah can dissipate the energy He has entrusted to you, dilute the impact of your future declarations, and even alert the wrong people to the power and purpose He is cultivating within you. And while the world may tempt you to speak to prove yourself, defend your honor, or explain your position, the chosen ones know that the truest power is in alignment with divine timing, in restraint, and in trusting Allah to position your words when they will carry maximum impact and blessings. For a single word spoken at the appointed time can change destinies, open doors that were sealed for decades, inspire hearts that were hardened by the world, and awaken souls that were blind to truth. Whereas words spoken prematurely can create unnecessary conflict, alert enemies, or disperse the spiritual energy that has been silently accumulating in your life. Your speech, chosen one, is an extension of your obedience, a reflection of your inner state, and a vessel through which Allah's light can flow into the world. And when you choose silence over haste, when you choose observation over reaction, when you choose patience over impulse, you are not merely restraining yourself. You are allowing Allah to perfect your timing, to bless your impact, and to ensure that your words, when they do emerge, will carry a force so profound that it will be undeniable, unmistakable, and unforgettable. And understand this: the chosen ones are entrusted with messages, wisdom, and insight that can only be revealed when the world is ready. And so your silence is not emptiness, your restraint is not inaction, and your patience is not weakness, but rather a sacred preparation of the very moment when Allah will allow your voice to manifest in alignment with His divine plan, to guide hearts, shift realities, and fulfill purposes that were hidden from human perception. And in this sacred pause, you are being trained, refined, and elevated in ways that cannot be replicated by those who speak without awareness or act without divine guidance. Because the power of your words is inseparable from the sanctity of your silence, the purity of your intention, and the alignment of your heart with Allah. And the day will come when every whispered prayer, every restrained comment, every silent observation will converge into a single moment of undeniable divine impact. And the world will witness not just your words, but the perfection of Allah's timing in every syllable you speak. And in that moment, chosen one, you will understand why silence was your greatest teacher, restraint was your greatest ally, and patience was the vessel through which your sacred words were prepared to change the course of lives, awaken souls, and fulfill the mission only Allah entrusted to you. Chosen one, understand this with every fiber of your being. The world often mistakes speech for strength, noise for power, and reaction for wisdom. Yet Allah has gifted you with a clarity that few possess, a quiet understanding that transcends the need to constantly explain, justify, or defend yourself. Because true spiritual maturity is not measured by how loudly you proclaim your knowledge, how fiercely you argue, or how quickly you react to provocation, but by the depth of your restraint, the steadiness of your composure, and the unwavering trust you place in Allah's plan, even when the world around you seems chaotic, hostile, or impatient. And the chosen ones are those who have learned that silence is not emptiness, but an active, powerful state of being, a conscious alignment with the divine that allows unseen forces to work on your behalf, protects your energy from the unnecessary drain of conflict, and positions you to act, speak, or move only when Allah has decreed that the time is right. Understand that every moment you choose quiet over haste, observation over reaction, and patience over impulsiveness is a declaration of your obedience to Allah and a demonstration of your spiritual growth. Because in silence, you are cultivating discernment, refining your character, and building a foundation that words alone could never achieve. And while the world often pressures you to prove yourself, assert your rights, or respond to every challenge, the chosen ones know that rushing to speak without divine guidance can create obstacles, alert adversaries, and disperse the blessings that Allah is quietly preparing for them. And this is why silence is not merely a defensive act, but a sacred strategy, a manifestation of inner strength, and a sign of spiritual elevation. For those who are spiritually mature, understand that speaking too soon often comes from ego, fear, or desire, whereas the quiet heart speaks only when it has been aligned with divine wisdom. And in every silent moment, your soul is absorbing lessons, your spirit is gaining fortitude, and your connection with Allah is deepening in ways that the noisy, impatient, or reactive cannot comprehend. And you are learning to see beyond appearances, to recognize intentions that are hidden, and to navigate the world with a precision that only the patient observer can achieve. Every silent pause is a moment of preparation for action. Every withheld word is a reservoir of power for the right moment. And every patient breath is a testimony to your maturity and trust in Allah. Because the chosen ones are not defined by how much they say or how quickly they respond, but by how perfectly they align their words and actions with the will of Allah. Knowing that the right statement at the right moment can transform lives, awaken hearts, and fulfill divine decrees, while the wrong statement at the wrong time can destroy years of preparation, weaken influence, and create unnecessary strife. And this awareness is what separates the spiritually mature from the spiritually immature, the chosen ones from the ordinary, and the blessed from the misguided. For spiritual maturity is not about knowledge alone, nor about power, influence, or recognition, but about the ability to restrain oneself, to choose silence over impulse, to wait for the perfect timing decreed by Allah, and to trust that every unseen effort, every quiet decision, and every patient moment is being multiplied in ways unseen and beyond human comprehension, so that when the time comes to speak, act, or step into your purpose, your impact will be undeniable. Your words will resonate with authority, and your presence will carry the weight of divine wisdom. Because those who master silence are not merely quiet. They are aligned, fortified, elevated, and prepared to fulfill the extraordinary mission Allah has reserved only for His chosen ones. And the world may never see the effort, struggle, and patience behind your quiet exterior. But Allah sees it all, rewards it all, and will reveal to you the greatness that was quietly being built in every silent, steadfast, and spiritually mature moment of your journey. Chosen one, remember this with every beat of your heart. Your silence is not emptiness, your patience is not weakness, and your restraint is not wasted effort. They are the very instruments through which Allah is shaping your destiny, multiplying your blessings, and preparing the world for your arrival. Every lesson you've absorbed today, from protecting your energy, trusting in timing, observing with clarity, honoring the sanctity of your words, embracing spiritual maturity, cultivating patience, to understanding that your quiet prepares the world for you, is a reminder that you are walking a path few can understand, a path divinely ordained and meticulously guided by Allah Himself. The world may rush, doubt, and pressure you, but your strength lies in waiting, in holding your tongue, in allowing the unseen forces of Allah to orchestrate your journey with perfect precision. You are not just surviving this season of silence, you are being elevated, refined, and empowered to step into a purpose that will change lives, awaken hearts, and manifest blessings in ways beyond imagination. So walk forward with unwavering faith, chosen one, knowing that every quiet moment, every restrained word, and every act of patient obedience is being multiplied into a force so powerful that when your appointed time arrives, your presence, your words, and your actions will resonate with the authority, wisdom, and divine light of Allah Himself. Trust in the process, honor your silence, and embrace the power within you, for the world is waiting. And your moment has been prepared since the beginning of time.